In the new movie Patriots Day, the drama is based on the 2013 Boston Marathon bombings and the manhunt for the attackers.
Those are not our guys. Meanwhile, you guys aren't any closer to identifying the two we're really looking for. We need to release those pictures.
If we release the photos now, we have zero control.
If we overplay our hand, we may force these guys to react.
Gentlemen, if I may, right now, Boston's working against us. Yeah, that's normal. You got a murder, no one rats. We don't got that problem. Because in this city, when it comes to terrorism, everybody wants to talk. Look, you got a lot of people talking, but they're talking about the wrong people. You release the photos of our guys, sit back and listen, trust me. You gotta start letting Boston work for us, I'm telling you.
Patriots Day is distributed by CBS Films, a division of CBS. John Goodman is with us, along with former Commissioner Ed Davis, who consulted on the film. Welcome.
Yeah.
You applause.
Giving him a round of applause, John.
Let's start with this.
Yeah.
This is what the director, Peter Berg, said. There's no actor who looks more like Ed Davis. They're both tall, larger than life. You both agree with that?
I think Ed's larger than life than I am.
That's true. It's hard to find a couple of
How do you
good-looking
define larger than life?
Yeah.
Well, he's got a personality. I don't.
That's not true.
Just the way he knows everybody. He's just Mr. Boston.
A legend in his own time.
Yeah.
But did you feel pressure, though, playing him? I'm curious about the first time you two met.
I couldn't. I put so much pressure on myself and we had such a big job to do that I had to just forget about it and focus on what we were doing. Mm-hmm. And I'll get killed later for it. It was that kind of a feeling. I had too many good people to work with, but to hang them up.
When you met him, what did you think, Ed? When you met him?
Well, when I first met him, I walked in the room and he was practicing with Peter and Mark and trying to practice my accent.
Oh.
And I tapped him on the back and he said, "I can't do this with you, Gary. I just can't do it."
Oh.
Yeah.
Ed, you were commissioner of the Boston Police Department for 7 years.
Right.
And during the Boston Marathon bombing, and we watched you from afar, and you did such an amazing job. So thank you.
I had a great team. Thank you.
Yeah. Take us back to that day and what happened that day, some of the challenges you encountered.
Well, I mean, the tragedy you sort of lay out before us. There were people that were killed, 42 seriously wounded, in danger of dying, and 280 injured. The scene was horrible. It looked like a war zone there. And so it was important for us to take care of the wounded and save as many lives as we could, but then to pursue the suspects. It was a sense of urgency and quite frankly, anger among the officers who felt that they had been attacked. And they showed their bravery over the next 4 days to grab these guys, to run them down.
What was some of the friction with the FBI?
Well, you know, this is a complex undertaking, and there's a lot of agencies involved in it. And there was a disagreement about when to put the photos out. I've always been focused on the community, so I wanted to get them out quickly. The truth is, Rick Delorier and I are good friends. The Bureau was incredible during this. We could not have done it without them. So there was stress, but it all worked itself out.
What are the lessons to learn from the response?
Well, two. I think one is that the police officers who are out there are compassionate and really focused on putting things right, getting the community back together. But the other one, Charlie, is the community response, the Boston Strong response. The terrorists have to understand that they're trying to tear us apart, but they're actually making us stronger by doing this to us. It's a failed strategy.
John, what did you think you had to get Ed Davis? Mm-hmm. In other words,
I actually just kind of reacted to the way people treated me. There's a respect, there's a command there naturally, but he shows up at a scene and he knows all the officers' names, how their families are doing. It's just a tremendous undertaking to do this job, and I'm talking like him.
You can't help it. You can't help it.
The sense of responsibility is enormous.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said that he gave you his phone number, John. Did you call him? What did you seek from him?
We did. If we needed little hints on scenes that were ongoing, I would call Commissioner Davis, and he was more than willing to help.
Give me an example. Like, what would you say, John? I'm calling you about what?
Well, there was a scene that we cut, but there was a phone call with Vice President Biden that everybody was on. We wanted to know what the call was about and what they discussed. So I started improvising, which I'm not the best at, which may be why the scene isn't in the film.
Talk about Mark Wahlberg, of course, a Boston native who is a driving force behind this.
And who was here.
And he was here,
Mark
and we
and
talked
Peter,
about it, and
yeah.
he was worried that it was too soon. What was it like working with Mark?
It was tremendous. Mark has an incredible commitment to the community, to the city.
Yes.
And so when you combined him with Peter Berg's sort of human side of telling a story, and then Michael Radutsky's hard-hitting journalist, that combination was really incredible. They got real good content in this, real facts, behind-the-scenes stuff.
Michael Radutsky at CBS, and Mark Wahlberg told us he thinks you guys got it right. So congrats to you.
Yeah,
John Goodman.
congratulations.
Congrats. Thank you, Ed Davis. Always good to see you both.
Nice to see you too.
Thank you.
John Goodman and Ed Davis. Patriots Day is the name of the movie. It opens in select cities December 21st and nationwide on January 13th.